Hello, my name is Gabriel Fletcher, and this is my presentation on social control theory. What it is at a quick glance. People's behaviors, both criminal and deviant, is controlled by their attachment to the people they know, institutions they're a part of, and the processes of society. Essentially, what this means is how well integrated you are reflects how likely you are to commit deviant or taboo behaviors. Attached individuals are less likely to commit crime, or you can say taboo behaviors, as in comparison to non-attached individuals who are more likely to do so. Who can commit crime? The answer is practically everyone. However, social control theory states you are less likely to commit a crime if you're well socialized into society, making you less likely to hurt others. This can also apply to the sociological ideas rather than purely criminology. In turn, the less connected to society you are from a younger age, the more likely you are to become deviant. When it comes to social fears and stigmas, this defense works against deviance because of peer pressure. A person is less likely to become a delinquent to society if they believe it will affect their standing with employers, friends, family, and other opportunities in daily life. And essentially, in the mind of a control theorist, crimes and taboos are simply weighing the values of instant gratification in comparison to working hard and long for something or rejecting it entirely. Peer pressure often works best in breaking free of certain taboo behaviors, and that is a primordial, or I should say, a primal idea that is relevant in social control theory. The sort of father for modern social control theory was Travis Hershey, an American sociologist accredited to the modern developments of the social control theory. It was his 1969 book, Causes of Delinquency, that outlined several key talking points that are still used today. Essentially, he claimed that in early childhood, many youths form a bond to society which prevents some of them from becoming involved with delinquency, while others who fail to form a bond become delinquent. What this means is having a strong foundation with morally sound people who are largely put off social and deviant behaviors. There were 4 elements constituted a large role in a person's likelihood to engage in deviant behavior. These are attachment, commitment, involvement, and belief. I'll outline and try to give examples for each. The first element is attachment. This refers to the sensitivity one has to the judgment and opinions of others. A person with attachment will be concerned with the opinions of people they value and are less likely to commit deviant behaviors because of it. Parents, friends, teachers, and religious leaders are good examples of this. Essentially, this is the first part of peer pressure, connecting back to the earlier slide. The second element is commitment. This refers to the chasing of conventional goals and how an individual who is committed is less likely to engage in delinquent or deviant behavior, as it may intrude on said goal. This also applies to adults, as if one has spent years acquiring a good reputation or a well-paying job, one is less likely to engage in behaviors that could ruin that reputation or cost one his or her job. And I put, for an example, running an extortion racket while in medical school may not be the best idea if you wish to be a doctor with a good reputation. The third element is involvement. If an individual's time is taken up by other activities, such as homework, after-school clubs, or sports, they're less likely to be associated with delinquent behavior simply because their time is taken up by these activities. This phenomenon, I have noted, is old enough that its ideas are found in the book of Proverbs. After all, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Billy can't throw rocks at cars on the overpass because he has a philosophy club meeting tomorrow. Good for you, Billy. The fourth element is belief. This is the more vague and elusive of the elements, but still an identifiable factor. Essentially, Hershey states that while there are variations in the strength of moral validity or belief in these sort of laws and norms, the stronger the reverence or belief in these, the less likely they are deviant. So the stronger belief you have in these sort of elusive elements, the less likely you are to deviate or commit a taboo against them. Criticism of the social control theory. Much of the early research done by Dr. Travis Hershey was done by self-reported studies, which may lend itself to widely different interpretation of questions as well as differing motives for answering them. The ability of socializing doesn't inherently prevent deviancy. For example, a child that socializes with members in a gang will not decrease their chances of deviancy. In conclusion, despite small gripes to be had with the finer details of social control theory, it has nevertheless been studied and cited for 50 years by both sociologists and criminologists for groundbreaking viewpoints still applicable today.